While the sun sets on the Padres in the west, it's rising for the Braves in the east. And in between, on this night, an entire galaxy of stars shine at Petco Park. Baby-faced MVP candidates Austin Riley and Fernando Tatis. Veteran infielders Freddie Freeman and Manny Machado are on playoff missions, with Albies, Hosmer, Swanson, and Cronenworth orbiting for their clubs too. The stars are out. Whose will shine brightest? Tonight, the Braves hope their brightest light will be Max Freeman, whose otherworldly run after the break has the Braves in command of their own mission. The final road series is just the start of the postseason journey.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist from America's finest city, San Diego, California. It's our official game. The Braves and the Padres meet at Petco Park. The Braves drop the resumption of the suspended game, and with the Phillies win at home, Atlanta's lead in the East is down to 1 game. But the Braves have the right guy on the mound, former #1 pick of the Padres. Max Fried goes for the Braves tonight. Paul Bird, Brian Jordan, Chip Carey. Very simple math, fellas. If the Braves can win tonight, they're a game and a half up. If not, they're a half game ahead. Let's see if Max Fried, Paul, can do the former.
I broke out the baseball. Max, I need to see the big hook from you tonight. He has been hot lately. Guys, watch this curveball. It's going to fall off the table. Nasty. That was a changeup grip. No, switched it to the curveball. Incredible stuff. He's hot at the right time. Last one was very, very good in San Fran. Can he continue, BJ?
Look at those numbers, 5-0 in the month of August. The ERA 1.71. Only one person has a better ERA in August, and that's Max Scherzer. I don't want to mention his name. Look at opponents. Look, I need Max Fried to return to Maximus, head of the Autobots, and win this game.
That would be a great plan. Braves have won 8 of the last 9 games. Max Fried has started, so you like those odds, as Reese Kinnear is the man on the mound for the Padres. This is a big game. Thanks for staying up late on the Friday Night Showdown presented by Kaiser Permanente. BJ, Birdie, and I will have first pitch and more from San Diego after the break. The skies have cleared. It's a 68-degree cloudy night as the Braves and Padres meet in our regularly scheduled game in this series in San Diego. There's your Toyota starting lineup. The standard starting 9 for the Braves. Max Fried on the mound. Need a huge start from him. Need some early offense too against Reese Kinnear, who's the 29th man on the Padres roster for this suspended game and 9-inning game. He faced the Braves on July 21st. Ironically started the game that was later suspended. Now he opens up this official first game of the series, and we're underway. A strike to Jorge Soler, fellas. No balls and a strike. 24 homers for Soler, a .216 batting average. And he got the arms extended and tries to gap one toward left, but a fine running catch by Tommy Pham. And there's out number 1. San Diego's an interesting ballpark. At night with that marine layer, you really have to mash it to get it out.
You do. The air is heavy. Here, Soler reached out there, didn't really hit it well. Pitch was away from him. He tried to pull it. And Pham showing his speed, running it down.
One of the biggest ballparks in the big leagues. Petco Park in downtown San Diego in the Western Metal Supply Company building. One of the great architectural features. Freddie Freeman, first pitch swing. Line drive to right. Quickly 2 outs. Will Myers handled that.
Kinnear's coming out throwing heat. Straight fastballs. Guys, not a lot of starts and only 20 innings, 24 years old. So it's tough sometimes, BJ, if you don't know what a guy's got until you see his fastball and you have a limited scouting report.
Well, this is a guy they jumped on back earlier this year in that doubleheader. But, you know, he's coming out aggressive, throwing strike 1, and that's important for a young guy to do that. And the Braves know he's trying to do that he doesn't want to fall behind, so they're swinging early.
Kinnear, a college player out of Fordham. He was a two-way player, shortstop, outfielder, and pitcher, and really made great strides in their alternate campsite during the COVID season last year. And for San Diego, whose pitching staff is in disarray amongst their starters, he's trying to rescue them and keep them alive in their fading playoff hopes. Huge game for the Braves. There's no sugarcoating that. They're a game and a half in front of the Phillies. It's going to be a game in front of the Phillies. If they win this one, they'll be a game and a half with 2 more left on the road trip. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Kinnear, and golfed foul. It's 1-2. Ozzie made the last out in the suspended game, hit it a country mile, but came up 3 feet shy of hitting a home run. And he knows a thing or two about homers. He's blasted 30 of them. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt. Webster Rivas is the Padres catcher for this 9-inning game, with Austin Riley waiting next. Albies awaits and slaps that inside the bag. A fair ball. That'll ricochet and hit the ball girl trying to get out of the way. And Ozzie Albies will be at second base with a 2-out double.
It's an excellent piece of hitting by Ozzie there. A pitch away from him down in the zone, and he didn't even take a full cut. But it's wide open over there against the shift. Made it look easy.
Almost a check swing double. He wasn't sure it was going to stay fair, but
really,
it did.
He was really protecting there, just hoping to foul it off. But it's fair down the line. I mean, that's what I would love to see more out of Ozzie Albies. Looking at that shift, when he gets a ball away, just let it go. But we see him so often just roll over that pitch.
Riley shoots one to right field. That's down for a hit, and the Braves are going to take a 1-0 lead. That's how you answer suspended game disappointment. Back-to-back 2-out hits, both of them opposite field, and Riley's got 98 runs batted in. It's 1-0.
Austin is just so good, man. He got his hands in on that pitch. Again, you know, great hitters do this. A fastball down and hit too much of the plate. He could have easily tried to pull that pitch, but he went right with it with a man in scoring position. That's the sacrifice that I've been talking about. Come playoff time and down the stretch, you have to do the little things. He saw Ozzie out at second base. Don't try to hit the home run. Just keep the line moving. Adam Duvall behind you with so much power, so many big game home runs. Keep the line moving, and hopefully we'll see a lot of that tonight.
Adams got 38 on the year. And didn't get that one. It's a swing and a miss. Pinch hit homer for Duvall in the 6th inning of the suspended game that tied it up. Man, oh man, does this guy have a flair for big home runs for the Braves? Where would they be without him? Where would they be without him, too?
You know, if he didn't pass Raleigh, he would have 4 home runs in 4 straight games, but got that single with 2 RBIs. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Oh, you've got to look at him getting into all of this baseball. A good breaking ball hitter. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Given the chop, the low 5, and I agree with you, BJ, except one thing. I don't think he passed Riley. I think Riley came back and passed him.
Boy, he's going all
either way,
trying to change
either way
the
you
rules.
look at it, it was a single.
Oh, popped up right side over near the San Diego dugout, but that's into the big crowd.
He hit another one off the wall 400 feet and got thrown out at second. So
2 singles. That was
producer
2 of the hardest singles I've seen.
Yeah, 1,000 feet worth of singles.
Gretchen Caney said that. He's got over 800 feet of singles. Good
1 ball,
stuff.
2 strikes. Riley with an RBI hit brought home Ozzie Albies. Max Fried has a run to play with.
That is a tough pitch right there. All you're trying to do is foul that ball off. That was a nice sinker coming back across the outside of the corner.
Kinnear got 2 outs on 3 pitches. He's about to make his 16th, and he's down a run, BJ.
And this is the fun thing about watching these hitters. They've been fouling off a lot of tough pitches just to set the pitcher up to get their pitch. And they are doing some damage.
Good rip. 96 center cut, and he just fouled that back. If Kinnear throws another one in that spot, what would you be saying, Brian?
Yeah. Wow, he got lucky. That was a mistake pitch right down the middle.
No swing.
I do like this to compliment Kinnear. He's going after guys. He's not scared. Sometimes when you're a young guy, your first year in the big leagues, you can try to pick too much. And he's saying, let's get after it. Now it's down 1-0. Braves have done what they needed to do, but he hasn't changed his approach. He's being aggressive.
Riley at first, the 2-2 pitch again for Duvall. On the ground. See if the ball girl can make that play. There you go. Yeah. Good one. And Adam will see a 9th pitch.
She tried to dodge that base hit from Albies by picking the chair up and running with the chair underneath her. And BJ, you're not the quickest when you're carrying a stool with one hand trying to get out of the way of a rocket.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Tried to tie him up. This kid's got a good fastball.
You know what? After the first couple of batters, you saw the Braves come out being aggressive, swinging early. But again, in order to win this game, you got to be patient against a young pitcher like Kinnear. And they're doing a great job. Albies and Raleigh. Now Duvall.
Little dribbler right in front of the mound. And Rivas will make the peg to first. And that's the inning. But a good start for Atlanta. Some 2-out magic gives Max Fried an early run in San Diego. With the first RBI tonight, Braves lead 1-0. Here come the Padres, who are 78 and 75. You know what Tatis can do. He's an MVP candidate. Manny Machado not too shabby either. But so is the guy on the mound for the Braves. Max Fried has been dominant. He's a former Padre pick, and you know he'd love to beat the team that drafted him.
No, you got it. He grew up down the street. You see the last 5 road starts there. Fried has thrown 10 straight quality starts. That's tied for the longest streak in MLB this year with Woodruff and Walker Buehler.
So what are the 4 keys for the Braves to get a win in the regularly scheduled game?
Well, Max Fried has to be efficient and get 7 innings in tonight. Save this bullpen. And the hitters, like I said, have to be patient.
That's a good start. 2 pitches takes care of Tommy Pham. A ground ball out. 1 man down. So often, Paul, the bellwether inning for Max Fried is the first inning. That's the one that he has his struggles in. See if he can have an efficient one as he did last time out against the Giants. 7 innings of 2-hit shutout ball at Oracle Park.
No guarantees, but I can tell you as a pitcher, when you throw 2 pitches and get 1 out, that feels really good. Now you got a rock star at the plate. This is going to be a great battle. I'm excited to see this matchup.
41 home runs for Fernando Tatis. 25 stolen bases. 28 doubles. I mean, the numbers are eye-popping for a player of his youth.
Great pitch by Fried right there. Tatis Jr. does not like it in there. Not many great power hitters do. They want to get extended.
Let me ask you this, Paul. You know, when you have, and I look at this Braves starting staff, almost every starter we have struggle in the first inning. Why is that?
Well, I think especially the guys like him who have 4 or 5 pitches, sometimes it takes time to settle in.
Breaking ball is whacked into left field. He went out and combed that for a 1-out single.
It's nothing this kid can't do. I mean, you can't get the fastball by him. And then you throw this nasty curveball, and he's patient enough to wait on it.
When he was looking away, you see how he got extended there? You could tell that he was looking away the way that he took those first 2 pitches. When you jump out of a way of a fastball or a cutter or something inside, that tells me that you're looking away. If you're looking inside and somebody throws you one in, you don't move like that.
Freddie and him talking about Charlie probably right now. How Charlie wanted the All-Star jersey during the All-Star game. I mean,
such a great moment.
That is a great moment.
Freight's got an excellent pickoff move.
Maybe he was working him, BJ. A little distraction method right there. And then we're going to throw over to first. I like it, Freddie.
Whatever it takes.
Jake Cronenworth playing first base for the Padres. He's a 20 home run man. Cronenworth playing with a broken pinky. This one taps slowly right to Dansby. He'll step on the pillow, and Fried gets a double play. Shutdown inning. Fried and the Braves off to a great start in a huge game. 1-0 after 1.
Showdown. It's the Braves versus the Padres from San Diego, presented by Kaiser Permanente.
Max Fried, 3 ground ball outs in the game, including a double play a moment ago. He preserves a 1-0 lead. Second inning, Rosario, d'Arnaud, and Dansby are coming up against Reese Kinnear, who works his second inning for San Diego tonight. An Austin Riley RBI single with 2 outs, the run of the game. Rosario's hit some big homers for the Braves. Hit for the cycle in San Fran at the start of this road trip.
Kinnear starts him off with 2 really good changeups.
Kinnear really has a lot of movement on that changeup, running away from the lefties. I think Rosario has to think about looking the other way. Wow.
And if Rob Drake gives that, it's going to be a pitcher's night.
It is.
Drake has the plate for the official first game of this series. Braves lead at 1-0. d'Arnaud to follow, and in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Braves have enjoyed playing at Petco Park. They've won 8 of the last 12 games played in San Diego. And that one is shot toward right field. That's going to drop in front of Will Myers. So a 2-out single for Rosario gets the second inning started for the Braves. Good piece of hitting. And Travis d'Arnaud is coming up. 3rd hit for Atlanta tonight.
I just like watching this kid hit. And I always say, you know, he has home run power. But his mindset going up to the plate, I got to make contact, put the ball in play. I don't worry about hitting home runs every single at bat. And, you know, he served it up there. He took what he gave him and just served it out there for a single, man. This is the reason why he's in the lineup every day right now.
I like the way he rounded first, too, BJ. Means business tonight.
And more importantly, he's a quarter of the way to the cycle. With a second inning hit. Here's d'Arnaud, Braves catcher. 7 homers, 25 runs batted in. Again, each team has a 29-man roster. Kinnear is the extra man for San Diego. The Braves have brought Johan Camargo to Petco Park to center. And Trent Grisham makes the play. Back to first, Rosario, 1 out. Dansby hitting 8th for Atlanta tonight. He's trying to join Ozzie Albies, Freddie Freeman, and Austin Riley in the 30 home run club. He's got 26 home runs. If he does that, it'll be the first time in Major League history an entire infield has hit 30 homers or more each. Runner goes. Rivas's throw is way off target, and Rosario with a stolen base. Like that, force the issue. He's in scoring position, 1 out.
I love when the Braves are aggressive on the base pass. That's an excellent jump by Rosario. I know EY was in his ear. Let's get to second base, get in the scoring position, because that's when the Braves hitters are at their best.
What'd you key on when you were stealing a base? You're looking at a righty. You look at heel, knee, shoulder?
Look at heel.
Okay. So once you saw that left heel lift at all, you're gone.
You're gone.
Swing and a miss. That's the 50th career stolen base for Rosario. And Dansby quickly behind. No balls, 2 strikes.
I wish I'd have known that when I was playing against you. I picked you off.
Well, lefties the only pitchers that really scared me when I was on a base. You know, Andy Pettit had the best move. He balked every time, man. I tell you.
Spoken like a true hitter. I'm glad you didn't disappoint.
You know what? I played with another guy, Terry Mulholland.
Oh, yes, I remember that. That was
unbelievable. He could just step off and throw a seed over to first base with the best of them.
I think he threw harder to first than he did home.
Dansby shoots one to right field. That's pretty deep. At the wall, Myers leaping try. It's gone. Opposite field home run for Dansby Swanson. That's number 27. And the Braves lead 3-0.
We talked about it, Paul. Couple of early at bats. He was patient. He drew a walk. He was starting to lock in. And this is when he's at his best, going the other way. Here's the pitch, running back across the outside of the pitch, and he goes Apo Taco. Man.
Does not try to pull it. I agree with you, BJ. Again, in Arizona, started hitting line drives up the middle the other way.
Max Fried, a low line drive that Tatis speared. 2 outs, Paul. Beg your pardon.
And I think that got him going. And, you know, I know pitching and hitting is so much about confidence. And sometimes you get a good swing, a couple good hits, and all of a sudden you can't wait to walk up to the plate.
Well, that is Dansby's 2nd homer of the month. His first since September 1st in LA. And he needed that, as you said in the suspended game. It's been a rough September. Maybe that's the kind of hit that'll get him rolling.
I think you spoke it into existence when you talked about he needs 30 home runs for this infield. And believe me, they are waiting for that to happen. Good to see him hit his 27th home run.
And 85 runs batted in. 3-0 Atlanta. Another thing, too, and look, we've got a long way to go in this game. This is the perfect way for the Braves to come out after dropping a heartbreaker and knowing the Phillies pulled to within a game. Right?
You're exactly right.
And the last game is a loss, but it was a completion, and that was tough. You can't say, oh, they're cold now. That was just a game that they had resumed from earlier play, and there wasn't a lot of room for error. So, you know, you mark that one off, and you keep the confidence, finish strong this series.
Honestly, I think the Braves play better under pressure for some reason. I mean, especially battling the East. They have played great against the East throughout the last 4 or 5 seasons. So they understand what's at stake. They know they're coming home to the Phillies.
2-2 pitch. Soler grounds to Machado, whose throw is on the money. And that will retire the side. A leadoff single for Rosario, and then Dansby Swanson hits his 2nd homer of the month. Number 27 for the Braves shortstop, a franchise record. 3-0 Atlanta. Ball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Truist. Thanks for staying up late with us on this Friday night. Braves have jumped all over the Padres, 3-0. We head to the 2nd inning. Paul Bird, Brian Jordan, Chip Carey, and our great Valley Sports crew. Dansby Swanson with an opposite field 2-run homer. And Max Fried to work against Manny Machado. Good pitch, called a ball. Amazing. 1 ball, no strikes. Off the end of the bat and right at Freddie Freeman. Max will take that. Another ground ball out. Everything on the turf and dirt for Fried in the first inning and a third tonight. Here's Myers. Will Myers, 17 homers and 62 driven in. Modern player swings the bat the old-fashioned way. No gloves. Just rub some dirt on the hands, get some pine tar, and get after it.
BJ, you ever gone up there with no gloves?
Never. Because it's hot days, my hands are sweaty.
Okay.
I don't want to throw it into the stands, so I got to have my bat and gloves.
Put a little football stick 'em on there. You spray
little
it on
sticky
there.
ticky on those gloves too.
I knew it.
Too bad you pitchers couldn't use that.
I know that.
Yes.
Those days are over, BJ.
1-1 pitch on the ground the other way. Myers has the second San Diego hit. So 2 singles for the Padres, and that'll bring up Adam Frazier, the former Pirate. Max wasn't happy with that location or the result. And now Frazier's coming up. This was an interesting move by San Diego to get Adam Frazier. He was leading the league in hits, at one point led the league in hitting. Question was, where did he fit in with San Diego? He's only hitting .264 as a Padre, but he's been a tough out. There were some who thought they were going to flip him in a deal for a pitcher at the deadline. That didn't happen.
It was amazing. I was just at the All-Star game with him. Guy from Mississippi State. Was an excellent college player. And we were just talking about that. He was like, I think I'm probably going to get traded from Pittsburgh. But we didn't know where. And all of a sudden, you show up at San Diego, which totally blew me away. I'm like, why would San Diego need an Adam Frazier? He's a great player. Awesome infielder, second base. Now he's playing a little left field, second base. Good utility guy now for San Diego. But they got to find a way to get this guy in the lineup, man. He is an opposite field hitting machine.
Fried's ahead of him. No balls, 2 strikes. And that's the problem. They've got big contracts at shortstop, big contract at third base, big contract at first base. And in this game, with Fried on the mound, Hosmer gets the night off. They move Cronenworth over to play first, and Frazier can play second. So we'll see if that's a sign of things to come in the offseason for the Padres. As Fried back to work and slapped out a play foul.
Nothing against Pham, but I agree with you guys. I like Frazier leading off, and he's just that prototypical leadoff hitter. With the Pirates, we couldn't get him out.
Right.
I want to say this too, if you're a young kid watching this game, staying up late on Friday, I appreciate it. One of my buddies, former Brave Keith Lockhart, scouted him in high school, team elite here in the Georgia area, and said he was a good player, but you didn't see this coming. But credit Frazier, who's worked really, really hard. He's a gamer, and this is the type game for him.
Took that out of Darno's glove and stays alive. A ball and 2 strikes.
And by type game, I mean baseball. You know, you can just make things happen. You can outwork people and get your chance and keep grinding. And, you know.
I mean, he's a tough out.
That's what I'm saying.
Whether it's lefty or righty.
Frazier, the 6th man to hit in the game. Fried's thrown just 16 pitches. That's encouraging tonight. And that's skipped up to even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Webster Rivas, the catcher, would be next. Braves 3, Padres nothing, 2nd inning. Atlanta got an RBI from Austin Riley in the 1st, and a Dansby Swanson 2-run homer in the 2nd. Swing and a miss. What a pitch from Fried. Took a little off at 87 and got him to whiff. 1 out, or excuse me, 1 strikeout for Max.
That was just a nasty slider, man.
It was.
Lefty on lefty.
There's the dot. You can see it on the baseball. Sometimes you'll guess curve, go down to chase it, and it breaks to the side, and that's how you can get in trouble with Fried guessing, because he has so many pitches, and both his breaking balls can look similar at times, and hitters can end up looking stupid.
Rivas called up from El Paso today. "29 years old. His major league debut came in late May of this year. Good for him." That's a lot of minor league bus rides.
Yep.
And this one chopped on the ground. Dansby will flip to Ozzie, and Max Fried continues his mastery. 5 ground ball outs, 1 strikeout, and he leads 3-0 heading to the third. Let's go to Philadelphia, where the Pirates gave the Phillies a big battle, but Didi Gregorius turned it around with a long home run. It was 6-5 Pirates until Didi went deep with a 3-run bomb, and with the Phillies winning again 8-6, the Braves lead in the East stands at 1 game. The Braves are 2 ahead in the loss column. That's something else to factor in. And after this series wraps up for the Padres, we'll welcome the Phillies to Truist Park on Tuesday night, and we hope you will pack the Braves home ballpark for 3 critically important games. Here it's 3-0 Atlanta. Freddie Freeman leads off. And Reese Kinnear misses low. Freeman lined out hard his first time up.
Wow, Paul, the playoffs will begin on Tuesday for the Braves.
Yeah, I didn't like that game break. My favorite part was when Chip said, "Pack the house."
Freddie on the ground into the shift. And he'll be out number 1 in the Atlanta third. Don't forget, $4 general admission tickets for that final homestand for the Braves. I know school's in session, but Jeff Francoeur and I have promised the fans that we'll hand out the "you can skip school" notes from the booth. And Braves are going to need a home crowd. Need to make some noise with the Phillies coming to town for 3 hugely important games. But can't look past these next 3 with San Diego starting here tonight. Here's Ozzie. He doubled with 2 outs and scored the first run. And launches that one in the air to deep center. Drifting back is Grisham. And he makes the shoulder high catch. Two quick outs, and Austin Riley, 98 RBIs.
Paul, I still think you got to make this kid work. You can't swing early in the count. Be patient, and you'll get a good pitch to drive.
Kinnear about to make his 40th pitch, and it was a good one. Strike 1.
San Diego's 9th prospect, option to El Paso on August 25th. I want to say this, made 3 starts for the Chihuahuas, 6 appearances.
Line drive into right center field. Love the approach. Riley's 2 for 2. That's how you hit 300, folks.
Love it. I love it.
Going the other way.
Going the other way on a curveball, away in the zone. Look how he stays inside that ball. I'm not going to do too much. You pitch it out there, I'm just going to go with it. And that's why he's a 300 hitter right now.
Given the little slash. But Kinnear actually closed and then he started. And the point I'm making is, as a pitcher, your arm, you want to do one of the two. So he's not only been on the shuttle, but he's been closing and he's been starting. Not easy.
Well, that's going to be interesting to watch in this series and the rest of the way for the Padres, who, by the way, finish on the road with the Dodgers and the Giants. They have had major pitching problems. First, the 0-1 is cut on a missed 0-2. In fact, their pitching has been such a mess. The Padres have not announced their starters for Saturday night's game or for the Sunday afternoon game. They're TBAs. As they try to patch it together, Brian Snitker will send Huascar Ynoa to the mound in the Saturday night affair from Petco Park. 0-2 your count.
Right here, 2 outs. I would love to see Austin Riley steal a base.
I like it.
He has the speed to do it.
Braves have 5 hits. The Padres just 2 to start.
Kinnear shook off everything to get to a changeup. I admire that because he gave up a home run on a changeup to Dansby, and that's not making him shy away from throwing another changeup to a righty if he feels that's the right pitch.
Strike 3, frozen with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That sends us to the San Diego third. Braves still lead at 3-0. Third inning, Max Fried is churning up ground balls. He's gotten 5 of them so far in his first 2 innings, and that's our Coors Light beating the pressure feature.
Love it. Has allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 8 of his last 10 starts. And again, we talked about it earlier, but 10 straight quality starts. Longest streak by a Brave starter since 2014, our buddy Alex Wood.
Oh, Alex Wood getting it done. San Francisco. Former Georgia Bulldog.
Love how you say that, Brian, as Trent Grisham digs in. Gold Glover for the Padres last year. And Max misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. Grisham, then the pitcher spot, then Tommy Pham. RBI hits from Riley, a 2-run homer from Swanson. And Max Fried is rolling. Another ground ball right back to the mound. He is such a good fielder. And that's 6 ground ball outs. 1 away.
Max Fried, the athlete, does everything well. Check it out. Would have been a first rounder as an outfielder, if not pitcher. Hits, field his position, and throws the baseball pretty good too.
He puts himself in a great position after throwing a pitch. Greg Maddux used to be the best at that. He says you will make every play if you're in the right position. And Max Fried getting there.
Well, Max Fried was a first-round pick. San Diego took him 7th overall in 2012 out of Harvard Westlake High School. Then, of course, was traded with Jace Peterson, Dustin Peterson, and Malik Smith for Justin Upton and Aaron Northcraft. Fried at the time was coming back from Tommy John surgery, and the Braves waited very patiently for him to get healthy, and he made his way through the system, pitched some as a starter, pitched some as a reliever, and then hit stride and hasn't stopped.
In case you missed my partner earlier, Chip Carey, saying that Kinnear was a 2-way player in college. That first foul ball looked pretty good.
I was just about to say, don't make a mistake to this guy. You got 2 hitting pitchers going at it.
Fried was retired on a hard hit line drive to short. And a pitcher's pitch. 2-2.
You know he's a hitter the way he took that pitch. Just followed the ball right into the mitt.
Whoa! Darno speared that. And you can see the respect Max has for Kinnear. He's gone full to his mound opponent.
Believe me, Max Fried read the scouting report before this game.
Well, you can't spell Kinnear without a K. Fried has 2 strikeouts. 2 men are down, and before the top of the order is coming up, let's enjoy a quick message from Mike's Hard Lemonade.
It's Mike's Hard Lemonade season. Nobody makes lemonade like Mike's.
Pham bounced out his first time up. That is hammered out of play, foul. And Tommy Pham now faces a 1-1 pitch. Padres have gone back to their classic brown gold uniforms.
I like those. A little old school.
The 1-1 pitch is in for a strike. Back to their expansion days in the late 60s.
You think of anybody when you see that patch?
Tony Gwynn.
There you go.
Boy, do we all miss Tony Gwynn.
Yes.
Padre great and Hall of Famer. Out of play foul. They remember Tony Gwynn and his remarkable 3,000+ hit career with a big statue out beyond the hitter's background. And of course, number 19. Retired by the San Diego franchise. I miss seeing his swing, but you know what I miss most? His laugh.
You know what I miss most is he was such a challenge for me as an outfielder. I would always try to get in his mind, and just as the pitch throwing, I move into a position where I think he's going to hit the ball. And it's crazy because as a hitter, he knew that. He used to watch me.
Well, everybody's watching Max Fried. That's 7 ground ball outs in a 1-2-3 third inning. Atlanta's rolling 3-0. Fans play Home Run Blast presented by Coors Light. Pick 3 players you think will homer, and if they go deep, you win cash. Go to the Bally Sports app or homerunblast.com to play. We are through 3 in San Diego. Thanks for staying up late with us tonight. Closing in on the midnight hour. Braves have jumped in front 3-0. The big blow, a Dansby Swanson homer. And Dansby's coming up third here in the 4th inning. Rosario, first pitch swing, skies it into shallow right. Late break by Myers, but he'll recover. And Eddie is out number 1.
I think the hitters are playing into Kinnear's hands, swinging so early in the count, not allowing him to make the mistake.
I got to give Rosario a pass, though, when he hit for the cycle on 5 pitches.
That's true.
But everybody else, yes, take your time.
That's low to Travis d'Arnaud. He flied out his first time up. So the Braves catcher 0 for 1 so far this evening. Man, there is nothing like a baseball pennant race. There is absolutely nothing that matches the highs, the lows, the agony, the ecstasy. We've seen a little bit of both in the last 2.5 hours tonight in San Diego. But that's what makes it so much fun. Braves have a 1-game lead. They could stretch that to a 1.5 with 2 more left after tonight on their final regular season road trip. On the ground, hit to third. Machado. Bad throw, but d'Arnaud tagged out. That one sailed on Manny, and fortunate that Cronenworth came off the bag to save him. An error. 2 outs.
And I'm just glad d'Arnaud did not get hurt trying to maneuver and get away from that. Great job by Cronenworth coming off the base. Make sure he makes the catch first and then put on a tag. A lot of pitchers, a lot of first basemen that's not used to playing, they will try to stretch and get themselves in trouble.
We've seen some players get hurt on plays like that. Cliff
Yes.
Floyd comes to mind. Catch the ball, arm extended, base runner slams into the glove hand and arm. But you're right, Cronenworth, a nice play. Here's Dansby. And a little low. This kid's got a good arm. Kinnear, mid-90s fastball. 3 runs, 5 hits. Braves have scored 6 runs off him in total this year in his 2 outings. And it's rather ironic. He was the man that started the suspended game back in Atlanta, and he starts the first regularly scheduled game head-to-head with the Braves, this time in San Diego.
My frustration is, you know, a young pitcher like this, I talk about being patient. And 9 times the Braves have swung at the first pitch in 16 plate appearances.
But that's their game, Brian. This is an aggressive team.
But, you know, you look at the runs scored. Raleigh, patient. Late in the count, drives the ball for RBI.
Dansby got his hands pulled in and flies out to left. Long at bat, retires Swanson. Braves are out in order in the 4th, 3-0. Braves lead it.
We back again. I'm bouncing up before they count to 10. We back again. We back again. Tell your mother, brother, sister, and your friends. We back again.
Braves and Padres at Petco Park. Former Padre #1, Max Fried. Now a co-#1 in rotation for the Braves with Charlie Morton. He is dealing tonight. 7 ground ball outs, 2 strikeouts, and he leads 3-0. And he'll make his way through this Padre lineup a second time with Tatis, Cronenworth, and Manny Machado coming up.
Tatis pulled a good curveball from Fried. Not the best, but a good curveball in that first. Let's see how he pitches him here. Said you're not going to hit my curveball twice.
One ball, no strikes for Tatis, who at the ripe age of 22 years old received a 14-year, $340 million contract.
Wrapping up your franchise player.
You got it.
This guy is so exciting, man. He fills that stadium up.
They got a couple of them.
Yeah.
And they're both on the left side of the infield. Manny Machado has 7 years and $224 million left on his deal. That doesn't even count Hosmer. And Yu Darvish, 2 years at big money. And this was a season with such high expectations and hopes for San Diego, but they have faded over the last 2 months. As that one is guided inside the first baseline into the right field corner. Soler will get there quickly, but not fast enough. Tatis has the single and double in order. Padres have 3 hits. This guy's 3 for 3 on the night.
Well, he just needs this triple for the cycle. A home run in a suspended game. I mean, he's just a terrific hitter. I mean, it's tough to pitch him.
Yeah.
I mean, you throw him a nasty curveball, he drives you to left field. A good fastball in, and he takes you the other way, gets his hands in.
I like that better than letting him get extended. That is not an easy thing, what he just did. Kind of like a Riley taking that fastball on the inside part of the plate and working it the other way, letting it get deep.
Cronenworth hitting to a double play his first time up. I'm really looking forward next year to when Ronald Acuna Jr. is back and we see San Diego. We got our guy and their guy, 2 of the great young stars in the game. Play with such passion, such flair. That's why the game is in such great shape with these kids carrying the torch forward.
You got to remember, you look at this San Diego Padres team, they had 5 guys represent them in the All-Star game. I mean, that's how much talent San Diego has. So you just put your hands up and say, what happened in this second half?
Pitching, pitching, pitching.
Well, yeah, a lot of injuries.
They've used 11 different starting pitchers since the trading deadline. And that's a tough way to try to win when you're going toe-to-toe with the Dodgers and the Giants, who are on pace to win 100 games.
We can't forget the signing of Snell. I mean, they spent a lot of money.
What a pitch from Fried. He strikes out Cronenworth. 3rd strikeout for Fried. 1 on, 1 out.
There's the 12-6 hammer we all know and love. Cronenworth at the most trying to move that runner Tatis over to third for Machado right here. So the sac fly no longer scores him. That's a big strikeout.
Machado bounced out to Freddie Freeman in the second inning. Another tremendously talented player. And a good live fastball, strike one.
You guys talking about great young players in the game. Don't forget about Ozzie, the youngest player of all time to play second base at 24 years old and have 30 home runs and 100 RBI.
As we said in our opening tease, there's a veritable galaxy of stars in this series. And that's what you want. These are hugely important games, not just for the Braves, but for the Padres. Braves are trying to clinch a fourth straight division title. And that guy has been the spark plug in a season that has been filled with adversity in so many ways for the Braves. Yet here they are, still in front with a little more than a week to play. Frozen with another fastball, 1-2.
I just love Machado's demeanor. You know, even if he has 2 strikes, it just doesn't bother him. He has such a good zone.
Open stance. Tatis at second. The pitch. Had him reaching for the breaking ball. That'll get the runner to third. But that's another ground ball out for Max Fried. He has 8 of them. And Cronenworth's strikeout might have cost the Padres a run. So it's still 3-0. 2 are out. And it's Will Myers who singled his last time up. Fried missed his spot. Let's see if he can improve on that.
Another kid that gets overlooked on his team, Will Myers. He has 62 RBI, 17 home runs. He's been clutch for San Diego all season. Kind of lose him in the shuffle though with all that talent they have.
You talk about all that talent they have too, and they spend a lot of money, and here look where they're at, you know. So what the Braves have done over the last few years, winning 3 division titles, it's not an easy thing to do.
1 ball, no strikes. Runner at third. 3-0. We're in the Padres' 4th inning. Roll to the left side. Dansby's got it. Throws on the run. Stretch, and they got him. What a play. Wow. Yeah, you're right, Max Fried. Wow, indeed. Dansby has hit a homer. He just saved a run with a great play. He robs Myers with Riley darting in front. A perfect strike and stretch. And we head to the 5th. Atlanta leads at 3-0. Candidates on this terrific infield. Dansby Swanson showed you why.
This is an unbelievable backhand. Really just throwing in stride. And a perfect bullet over to Freddie Freeman. We talk about the struggles of his offense. That defense has not struggled.
Max, I love it. Smiling away. And that guy right there not only plays great defense, but has 27 home runs, 85 RBI. And I'm also glad that Freddie Freeman is limber.
Great stretch. Saved a step and ended the inning. Now Max Fried leading 3-0 goes to work. New Padre pitcher is Craig Stammen. We all remember him from his many years with the Washington Nationals. This is his 5th season with the Padres. He's 37 years old and has won 6 games this year. Reese Kinnear went 4 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. You'd love to see the Braves make a habit of this the rest of the way in this series. The Padres bullpen has had to work a ton of innings. Wear them down and take advantage over the rest of this final road weekend. And a strike. Stammen not the only switch for San Diego. Jurickson Profar has checked into the game. He's playing right field. And if you're scoring at home with us, Profar will hit 9th. On the ground to short again. And Tatis, bad throw, and they held the bag. Fried busting down the line. Great play by Cronenworth. That's 2 bad throws from Tatis and Machado. And if there's been a blemish on Tatis, he is error prone at short. Wow. Foot looked like it was very close to coming off the bag.
About a 95-mile-an-hour short hop, BJ.
Yeah. I mean, this has been the issue, something that he has to work on. That's the one little thing he has to work on. Gets himself in great position, but you cannot short arm that ball over to first base, especially when you got a second baseman playing first base.
So back to the top. Soler 0 for 2, got his arms extended and drives that to center. But that's easy for Grisham. And that's the second out. So Freddie Freeman, the hitter, 2 outs, bases empty. He's the Home Depot getting more done player profile tonight.
Freddie's been red hot in the second half of this season. Look at his career versus the Padres. 60 games, 310. He's a California boy. He goes back up on that West Coast, and he loves it. 11 home runs, 32 RBIs, 60 games. Woo! That's some pretty good numbers, guys.
Putting on a little show for that pass list.
Freddie 0 for 2 tonight. And swings the first pitch and will ground out. That will retire the Braves in order. Stamina 1-2-3, 5th inning. Max Fried back to work. 3-0 Atlanta. September 30th is the Austin Riley bobblehead giveaway, brought to you by Coca-Cola. The first 15,000 fans at Truist Park get a bobblehead of the Braves MVP candidate, so make sure you get here early. Get your seats at Braves.com/promos. Again, $4 general admission seats for the 3 games against the Phillies and the 3 against the Mets before we head to postseason play. First pitch to Frazier is a soft line drive to second. 1 pitch, 1 out. A rare ball in the air, batted against Max Fried tonight.
All I know is September 30th, I will be there getting my Raleigh bobblehead. Man, well deserved for that young man. I know he's going to be excited.
Absolutely.
Webster Rivas bounced into a forced play to end the Padres' second. Riley has an RBI tonight. Swanson has 2. And the way Max Fried is pitching, 1 might have been enough. He is very impressive. 9 ground ball outs, 3 strikeouts. And he leads 3-0 in a very important game for the Braves. The pitch. Talked about it in the opening comments. Last 9 games, Fried's 8-1 with a 1.71 ERA. And he's faced the Padres 1 other time in his career, back in 2019, and beat them. Another ground ball. Dansby's got a charge. Gloves, grabs, catcher running, took his time. 2 out. 10th ground ball out.
They make those plays look so smooth and so easy. Again, Ron Washington always has these guys prepared and ahead of the game. You know, we talk about looking at their defense, looking at how hard they work, but they study. You know, they watch a lot of video and just continue to get better and better as the season goes on.
Well, we showed Riley coming out of the break, and he's looking at a stat sheet. You're absolutely right. They're positioned well. They work hard. They work on all of the short hops. So when you see it in a game, they do make difficult plays look easy.
Trent Grisham tapped back to the mound, leading off the 3rd.
I think we'll see a bobblehead with one of the players checking a stat sheet.
Eventually, yes.
Maybe Kiermaier. Sorry, I had to fit that in.
You had to toss that one in.
1 ball, 1 strike. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Braves. No runs, 3 hits for San Diego. Fried has been exceedingly economical. .55 pitches with 2 outs in the 5th. That's exactly what you like. Atlanta praised Grisham as a dead pull hitter. And he hits it the other way in the air, but that's going to be playable for Rosario. Max Fried set down 6 in a row. He preserves a 3-0 lead after 5.
Friday night showdown. It's the Braves versus the Padres from San Diego, presented by Kaiser Permanente.
Great start in San Diego. Braves lead it 3-0. We head to the 6th inning. Riley a first inning RBI. Dansby Swanson a 2-run homer. Dansby's also made a couple of great plays at shortstop. And Craig Stammen will begin his 2nd inning of work against Ozzie Albies. Ozzie's doubled, scored, and flied out. We talk so much, guys, about this Braves infield and their incredible offensive numbers. We'd be remiss if we didn't talk about how great Riley, Swanson, and Albies have played defensively. First the pitch, which is launched out of play. Dansby Swanson, 3 errors in his last 95 games. Riley, 3 errors in his last 83. The trio of Riley, Swanson, and Albies, 8 combined errors in their last 78 games. That has fueled the Braves' surge into first place, too.
That has to make a pitcher feel comfortable every time he's out there on the mound.
And that one's cut on a miss. It got away from the catcher, and the Braves get a free base runner. Ozzie Albies strikes out. He'll reach first on the wild pitch. And there's a promising start for Atlanta to add on in the 6th inning.
Trying to throw that nasty curveball. Got him to swing on it. But that ball bounced in front of the plate. Tough play on the young catcher who came up today, Rivas.
So add on. With the thunder these guys have, you can't take anything for granted. Braves looking good. 3-0 your score. Atlanta does have a stolen base tonight. Rosario stole second base in the 2nd inning. Ozzie has excellent speed and base running success.
It's a great position right here. You're up 3-0. Keep the pressure on. You got Austin Riley at the plate. Get to second base.
And he's hit the ball to right field, and he's got a huge hole that way for a 3rd time in this game.
After pulling some balls in Arizona, so he didn't get pull happy. He's done a great job staying inside out of some inside pitches and working them down the line the other way.
He's been doing a lot of blinking over there. He might have something in his eye.
Yeah, I think when he dove back, the dirt kind of bounced up in his eyes.
Good lead. Not going. .98 RBIs for Austin Riley. A chance to make it a cool 100 if he pokes one out of Petco here.
Wow.
See Riley nodding. He wish he had that one back.
Yes. That's when in the back of your mind you're kind of guessing curveball probably. And he throws you that fastball right down the middle.
Stammen, good curveball and cutter. High whiff rates on both.
1 on, nobody out. They chase Ozzie back again. I think Ozzie just said to Cronenworth, that's too many pickoffs. Knock it off. The 0-2 pitch. Leaning. Not going. And Riley bounces it foul.
Talk about Austin Riley on the base hits. These balls are in. Look at this inside out swing. Head is perfect. He's not trying to pull it, and then the breaking ball away that he takes that way. I want to talk about the first hit, BJ, on that ball in. Is that something that you can work on in the cage?
Oh, no doubt about it, especially when you find yourself, you know, getting pull conscious. That's the perfect way to get yourself back on track, going inside out, driving balls to right field. That's why he has such a high average.
Runner goes. The throw to second is going to be late. Braves have their second stolen base, and Rivas trying to do his best Benito Santiago impression and throw off the shin guards. Riley strikes out, but a runner in scoring position for Atlanta with 1 man down in the 6th.
One thing about that, when you got 2 strikes as a hitter, sometimes when you see that runner take off, you become more aggressive instead of being more relaxed. And you can see Austin has been perfect on taking pitches, close sliders like that off the plate. Unfortunately, sometimes it gets in the hitter's mind to just be aggressive when you see that runner going. I used to not like when guys steal when I'm at the plate with 2 strikes. It was totally a distraction.
But a hit means a run for Duvall, who's 0 for 2 tonight. 3-0 Braves lead it. And Rivas, nice stop. Ball 1.
Stammen with that, as I said, good curveball and cutter combination. John Smoltz would say, you know, if you got the slider, you don't need the curve, you don't need the cutter, you got the this, that. And I would say, John, you have the best slider in the game. Yes, other people need both pitches and they can complement each other well. That always made me laugh.
This is where Duvall has been at his best. Averaging almost an RBI per hit. That's just
unbelievable.
Incredible work. For the Braves outfielder. 1-0 pitch. Bouncing ball. That's going to sneak through for a base hit. Ozzie around third. Duvall does it again. It's 4-0 Atlanta. So the Braves cash in the wild pitch. Duvall adds to his RBI total. And Ozzie just said, I stole first base.
And you know what? We talk about playoff situation, knowing you got to win this ball game. Forget about that big swing.
Yes.
We got a runner in scoring position. He reaches out there, goes the other way. RBI single. This is the way the Braves need to play down the stretch, and we're starting to see it.
All 4 RBIs on opposite field hits.
Yep.
Every single one of them. So Dansby steals first in his opinion, steals second, and scores the 4th run.
And Ozzie is not mad, as you can tell by Ian Anderson laughing hysterically.
Rosario has scored a run. That came in the 2nd. Braves doing what we hoped they would. Scoring early, adding on. Max Fried pitching brilliantly. And if Atlanta wins this game, they're a game and a half in front. And they shave another day off the calendar.
That's good chemistry right there. Everybody having fun.
Radiant, a new Sandoval, getting the hugs.
There you go.
That's in for a strike. It's an even count. That's one of the things you love about Ozzie. You never see him without a smile on his face. Ever.
You know, that's a kid that appreciates the game of baseball, man. That's his life. He loves it. He loves coming to the ballpark. You don't get too many guys like that.
No.
1-1 pitch. And out of play by Rosario. A ball and 2 strikes.
When I'm on sidelines, I just want to say that it's so genuine.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
Acuna as well. I mean, it is so genuine, their passion for the game. They're out here early laughing when there's no cameras on, working with Ron Washington, working hard and yet having fun. And they want to win. The game's not a joke to them, but they have so much fun playing the game. There's just always a lot of energy, and it's all genuine.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Strike 3, shaves off the corner. And Stammen has his 3rd strikeout of the inning, but there's only 2 out.
You don't see that often. Rosario taking his 3rd strike. I mean, that's a nasty pitch, probably off the plate a little bit, but with 2 strikes, that's hard to take.
Well, he got word that you told him to be patient. And there's the outcome. Go back to swinging at everything.
So d'Arnaud, the batter, he's hit the ball hard twice, but is 0 for 2. Braves had a run in the 6th, 4-0. And right back where it came from into center field. So 3 hard hit balls by d'Arnaud. The Braves have their 2nd hit of the frame. And Duvall will stop at second. 2 on, 2 out. And Dansby's coming up again.
Good piece of hitting right there. Ball right down the middle. Gets his hands in and just drives it right back to the pitcher.
BJ, how about our 8th hitter with 27 home runs and 85 RBI?
I would love to see 28 home runs right here. Put this game out of reach.
There are your Braves base runners, Duvall and d'Arnaud.
And how about this, Paul? You got Dansby up, number 8 hitter. Do you walk him and get the Max Fried? You know, you don't want to make a mistake here.
I think you will pitch him carefully, even though first base is not open with the pitcher on deck. Yes.
And maybe that's a sign. 1 ball, no strikes.
Yeah, I don't think Stammen wants to make a mistake here to Dansby.
I don't know. Fried's average just dipped below 300 to 294. He could be mad.
I'm still taking my chances on Max Fried if I'm a pitcher. I'm going to try to get him to chase here, though. There it is.
This is where your baseball IQ comes into play.
Yes.
Dansby knows what they're trying to do.
Exactly.
But that doesn't mean if it's close, he may not take a healthy cut. You see, this is a spot where if you're not going to give him anything good to hit and he has an offer, why don't you go ahead and put him on, save the pitcher some stress.
Yeah.
Always wonder why that doesn't happen more.
But if I'm Max Fried, I'm taking this as an insult. You're walking the guy to get to me?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Get tough, Max.
High strike. 3-1.
Hey, hitting behind Mark McGwire and Chipper, I saw that a lot.
Yeah.
The 4 fingers go up, put them on base, and I said, "You challenging me?"
How'd it work out for you?
Well, those guys won MVPs because of it.
3 balls and a strike. The pitch. Chopper, foul. Dansby Swanson homered in the second, an opposite field shot. Let's check it out. Our StatCast powered by Google Cloud.
I mean, this guy just did a terrific job keeping his hands in and showing power, not just reaching out there going the other way for a single. And this is when he's at his best, driving the ball opposite. He has so much power that it's untapped.
For those of you guys that don't know, if he pulls a home run, it's a yaya.
It's a yaya.
And then if he goes the other way,
Apo taco.
Okay. Why don't you patent those phrases?
Duvall and Darno will be running with the pitch. There they go. And Dansby hits it high in the air toward right. Foul ground near the netting and into the stands.
I guess they're showing Max Fried a little respect, saying we're going to go at Dansby. I guarantee you this pitch is out of the zone, trying to get him to chase.
Well, it's a win-win if Dansby reaches. You clear the pitcher at the very least. And add a little more stress to Stammen, who's thrown 26 pitches in an inning and 2/3. He ought to be out of the inning, but a wild pitch has cost him a couple of extra runners. Again, the 3-2. Paint job over the outside corner. Stammen struck out 4 in the inning. The Braves, though, got 2 hits and a 4th run.
It's time for tonight's Zaxby's incredibly good play. Check it out. Max Fried, king of the ground balls. You see the 10 ground outs. Love it. Look at the hook. Got to reach for it. Machado. Dansby's been gobbling up baseballs at shortstop. And again, another reach. What an incredible play to stretch by Freddie. 0 2-0 counts. Only 4 2-1 counts. And only 1 3-ball count was a full count strikeout to the pitcher. That's what I'm talking about.
So he's at the top of his game so far on the road trip. 12 shutout innings against the Giants and now the Padres. And remember, when Stammen came in, San Diego had the flip-flop batting order. Jurickson Profar will lead off. He's in the 9th spot. Stammen's hitting 5th. And that's downstairs for Jurickson Profar. Ball 1.
BJ, you talked about the effect of a good defense on a pitcher earlier. I cannot emphasize that enough, and I think that has to do with Max Fried's growth. I think we'll see it right here where he does not overthrow and he's not afraid to pitch to contact.
There's some contact, but right to Ozzie. High throw, but Freeman stretches out from one native of Curacao to another. Profar is retired. 1 man down, and now a quick message from Marietta Toyota.
Right now, Marietta Toyota is making it easier and safer for you to shop. Visit us at MariettaToyota.com to learn why it's always better in Marietta.
It's a big first out with this part of the order coming up. You've got Pham, then Tatis. 4-0 Atlanta. 11 ground ball outs for Max Fried.
All you got to say is Tatis. Ooh.
Plenty on that fastball from Max. He is corner to corner, up, down, in, out, changing speeds. And again, on a night when the Braves need a big start, he is coming up big and pitching economically. His 62nd pitch blew him away. 4 strikeouts for Max Fried. And he has set down 7 straight.
Guys, it must be getting late because, you know what? When I just did that, it reminded me of Simba. Remember the laughing hyenas? Musafa. When you just mention his name. That's the way Tatis is. When you mention his name, watch out.
There he is. You dropping movies on us up here. My goodness.
Kids movies, man. I love kids movies.
Swing and a miss for Tatis. No balls and a strike.
You even dropped Autobots in the pregame, which I've never heard in any broadcasts ever.
Hey, Max Fried, Maximus.
Okay, I'm making the connections.
In the air, right field. Soler's got it. Fried has 6 in the books. He's thrown 64 pitches. He's set down 8 straight.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Delta Airlines. Keep climbing. Your local Ford dealer. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day.
Braves rolling in San Diego 4-0. Dansby Swanson with an opposite field homer. The big blow. Max Fried rolling along as well. Join the Braves family with an A-list season ticket membership. They're now on sale for next year. New members get access to 2021 postseason tickets too. Discover all the perks of membership at Braves.com/A-list. New man on the mound for San Diego. It's left-hander Tim Hill.
57 innings, as you can see on the season. Good ERA. He has the 2nd most appearances in the National League and 4th most in the majors at 73. That's a lot.
And that goes back to what we said before with all the pitching problems in rotation the Padres have had. You wonder how much fuel is left in the tank for these pensmen for the Padres. We're going to find out tonight and the next 2 at Petco Park. Max Fried leads off. And that right there is what makes Mr. Hill tough against lefties.
I did not like hitting off guys like that, from throwing from down under. And I know Max probably would have loved to hit off Stammen besides this guy.
Little tapper back to the mound, and Hill slings it to first the same way he throws it to the plate. 1 up, 1 down as we step aside for a quick message from Landmark.
Chip Carey at Landmark Morrow. For out-of-the-park deals, shop Landmark's #1 lineup at landmarkdcjr.com.
Always the best deal, always.
Jorge Soler looking for his first hit. It's gotten late early in San Diego, 4-0. Braves fell in the suspended game by a run. The Phillies already won tonight. The lead at the moment is a game in the Eastern race. If the Braves win this one, they'll add a half game to their first place margin over Philadelphia with 2 more left with the Padres. Then the Phillies are here Tuesday after an off day in Atlanta. We will have all 6 of the final regular season home games for you on Bally Sports. The pitch.
And Braves fans, do not stop watching. In case you did yesterday, as you know, Charlie Morton was in control, and I thought we had it. It was another lesson for me in that you can never assume anything in baseball. Just like this one, Max is cruising, but need to finish it.
That's off Rivas and back to the netting. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's my baseball speech, BJ.
You motivated me right there, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, Soler up and in. Did that get him? Yep, got him on the elbow guard. And Hill with a mistake. A hit batsman with 1 out. Now another lefty-lefty matchup coming with Freddie Freeman. First, the hit by pitch. Ooh, bottom of the forearm, not the pad. Glad that was a glancing blow. This guy
He's
throws
fortunate.
hard.
Yeah, he's fortunate right there. why you got to do like Biggio. You got to throw that elbow out there with the pad.
Down and in, Freddie swung and missed. Strike one. After Freddie, Ozzie gets a chance to hit. And he's had a great night, hitting third again. Well, that lineup change has done wonders for the Braves offense. Soler first, Freeman second, Albies third. Whole lot of comfort for those three Braves hitters.
I can't imagine being a lefty hitting off this guy, man.
That ball beat him significantly, and you rarely see that
right
from Freeman.
This one shot into left center, and the grab made by Tommy Pham. Back to first is Jorge Soler. So with Ozzie Albies coming up, we'll remind you to stick around for the stretch presented by Georgia Natural Gas. We'll be talking about the remarkable year of the Braves second baseman, Ozzie Albies, who scored 2 more runs tonight. 2 of the 4 the Braves have so far.
According to him, he stole 2 bases, first and second.
And now Jace Tingler. He doesn't want Ozzie to swing the bat right-handed here. He's got a right-hander up in his bullpen. And Javi Guerra, I think, is going to be the man coming on for San Diego here. As Tim Hill faced the requisite 3 batters, he hit one of them and departs after 2/3 of an inning. So Albies will hit left-handed. Guerra is going to come on and pitch. Another defensive change coming for San Diego. We'll tell you about that when we come back after the break.
It's brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. Sherwin-Williams, bring color home. Ask Sherwin-Williams. And by Truist. BB&T and SunTrust are now Truist.
Petco Park, sometimes tough to say, but it is a beautiful ballpark. Downtown San Diego, it's really revolutionized that part of town. It's a gorgeous place. It's lively tonight, and the Braves spoiling the party, leading 4-0 with Javi Guerra on. They are searching far and wide for any kind of pitching help that they can get, including Guerra, who's only pitching in his second game. They brought in Jake Arrieta. He made a couple of starts. They DFA'd him. They brought in Vince Velasquez from the Phillies after he was released. And that's because of all the struggles that they have had in their starting rotation. Snell 7-6, Paddock 7-7 high ERA. Yu Darvish struggling, and Mike Clevenger had to have Tommy John surgery. As you see, Jake Marisnick checking in left field. Flip-flop batting order for San Diego. Marisnick will hit 5th. And Guerra's in the number 1 spot. Tommy Pham is now out of the game.
Threw 17 pitches in his debut. Are you ready, BJ? Averaging 98.6 miles an hour.
Wow.
Got to get it ready.
Got to get it ready. And this is the right guy for the job, Ozzie Albies. You've seen him turn around some fastballs.
Well, as the Padres play in the Pacific time zone in 1 hour and 55 minutes, Guerra will turn 26. Let's hope Ozzie can ruin his birthday.
I like it.
With a big knock. And that one across the shoe tops. 1 ball, no strikes. Ought to be 26 again, fellas.
Wow.
Two balls, no strikes. I don't think I've ever seen a pitcher wear a single-digit number. Guerra's wearing 8. You ever seen that?
Man, that you brought it up. No, I haven't. That is Paul.
Trying to think.
2 balls and a strike. I'm sure there are some, but they just don't.
What's Stroman?
Yeah, he's 0. But then that leads you. Is that a number? Is 0 a number?
Oh, Blake Snell, you're right. Number 4.
2-1 pitch. Hit high in the air toward left. And Marisnick just checked into the game. He's going to handle that. And that will retire Atlanta in the 7th. Braves looking good. 4-0 behind Max Fried and Ozzie Albies. We'll talk about that. It's time for the stretch. Nothing lead. MLB The Show 21's available now on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and with Xbox Game Pass. Own your rivals, own the show. Rated E for everyone. Kelly said it best a moment ago. 13 scoreless innings for Max Fried on this road trip. He has set down 9 consecutive hitters. And in the home 7th, Cronenworth, Machado, and Marisnick are coming up.
You like those numbers, BJ?
I do.
He does have a complete game this year. That came against the Orioles on August 20th at Camden Yards. And he hasn't stopped dealing since. Again, 8-1 in his last 9 decisions. And bidding for win number 13 tonight as the Braves try to win their 81st. Fly ball, center field, but plenty of room. 1 out. 10 up, 10 down. And here's Machado. He's hit the ball on the ground twice. 11 ground ball outs for Max, 4 strikeouts.
You think Max watched the pregame show? Talked about being efficient, coming up huge. Wow, he has done a fantastic job so far.
He's been incredible.
67 pitches. Unbelievable.
And this is how I want to face Machado with no one on and a 4-0 lead in the 7th. Going to go right after him.
We talk all the time, Paul, about pitcher makes 30 starts in a season. Roughly speaking, is another tapper back to the mound, another ground ball out. Glav has said you have 10 where you have everything, 10 you have nothing, and 10 in the middle are the ones that make or break your year. This looks like one of those where Max has everything.
He's just nice and easy. You guys were talking about him mixing his pitches and getting ahead, being efficient, fielding his position. He's done a little bit of everything in this game. I like his delivery. At no point in this game, even with Tatis Jr. on second and nobody out, he has not overthrown one pitch.
Marisnick's first at bat takes a strike.
It's easy right there. Easy like Sunday morning, not working too hard, just pitching, relax. And when you do that, the velocity comes out just the same as if you try to throw every pitch as hard as you can.
So what a tune-up for Max Fried, as that'll cost Marisnick a strike. His next start is going to be in the Phillies series. Both the Braves and Phillies are going to have them lined up. Braves will have Morton, Fried, Anderson, or Inoa. Phillies are going to have Wheeler, Nola, and Gibson. That is going to be quite the battle and a lot of fun. In the air, left field, Rosario, plenty of room. It's 12 up, 12 down for Max Fried. He's through 7 with a shutout. He's given up 3 hits. Braves enjoy a 4-0 lead. Austin Riley's had another big night for the Braves. 2 opposite field singles, a first inning RBI got the party started, and the party's continued for the Braves third baseman on our Georgia Natural Gas Greener Life Impact player, BJ. What a road warrior he has been.
You know, I think he enjoys the beds on the road because he is on fire. 379 average. And that OPS is unbelievable. 14 extra base hits in 22 road games. Sometimes you just, you know, you like sleeping in the bed on the road.
You don't have to make it.
Exactly. You don't have to make your bed.
Check this out. 328 average, 18 home runs, and 55 RBI since the Acuna Jr. injury. Talk about somebody stepping up.
And we said that would be a key. Look, nobody's going to replace individually Ronald Acuna Jr.
No.
He's in a class by himself. He's a superstar in the game. But as you guys have talked about, if each guy elevates just a little bit, you can help compensate for that loss. And I think these guys have done that. And certainly Riley has, with the biggest year of his young career. This one's on the ground. And Tatis loads up, and a cannon for a throw for out number 1. That one wasn't going to sail on him. Remember, Tatis has played some outfield too, trying to protect that left shoulder.
Yeah, I think when he tries to not throw it as hard, that's when he gets in trouble. I mean, that's his natural.
Yeah.
He throws bullets over the first base, and that's when he's on target. But when he has time to think about it, that's when he makes his mistakes.
One ball, no strikes for Adam Duvall. A big RBI in the 6th. Add-on runs in the middle and late innings. Boy, those are huge. And Duvall continues his sizzling work with runners in scoring position. And that's way high from Guerra. 2 balls, no strikes.
That's an easy 99. It's like he's playing catch. That's ridiculous.
And Rivas asking why that wasn't a strike.
I was asking the same thing, Chip. He's been giving the pitchers a little more outside, giving them a strike. That one hit the corner.
Let's see if he's got a green light. Ho hum, 99, 3 balls and a strike.
I'm just throwing a bullpen here.
Rosario waiting on deck. He scored one of the Braves 4 runs tonight.
That's a tough pitch to handle, man, going up the ladder with 99.
Duvall was late. That radar gun is correct.
Lively crowd in San Diego tonight. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And fouled at the plate.
Look, if I was a pitcher and I threw as hard as this guy, I would live on that top line. Get guys to chase, because there's no way you can handle that fastball 99 up in the zone like that.
Three balls, 2 strikes. And there it is. You know, we talk about it a lot, BJ. That's almost an unhittable pitch. And I'm not being critical. I'm asking because I don't know. So many hitters swing at that. The old saw is it looks like a beach ball. Is that accurate?
It's accurate. And it's a 3-2 count, so you figure he's going to challenge you. And that ball that just gets up in your eyes seems so good until you swing at it and say, why did I swing at it? It just happens so often.
That's a nice weapon. 99, up, down, in, out. As Guerra's retired all 3, he's been assigned. Rosario stands in next. We're in the 8th.
You talked about young kids being able to put the ball on a tee on the inside part of the plate, put it deep, and working it the other way. Do you work on the high pitch off a tee as well?
No. No. You don't swing at those high pitches.
Okay.
So, no, that's not something I work on.
Rosario unloads. He turned that baby around to the track and wall. It just died in front of Jurickson Profar. Rosario just missed. Braves are retired in the 8th. Max Fried goes back to work.
Xfinity X5. Experience a powerful and secure Wi-Fi connection for all your devices. Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life with G&G. And by Georgia Drives Chevy.
Max Fried is through 7 with a 3-hit shutout. He enjoys a 4-0 lead. Let's see, Brian, how he's gotten his outs. It's our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud.
Well, look at that. Flyouts, 5 flyouts. Look at the ground balls. Keeping the ball down in the zone, so important. He's kept the hitters off balance. 4 strikeouts. Unbelievable night for Maximus.
When you average 10 pitches per inning in a big league game against an offense like this, you are at the top of your craft. And it's been like that all night. Pitches just like that one.
Getting ahead of the hitters, so important. Max Fried is showing you why you do that.
Little flare by Frazier. Long run Riley. He can't get it. It's in foul ground, I believe. Let's see if Austin's all right. Hard tumble for him. And when we saw Frazier with the Pirates, he had a handful of those kinds of hits against the Braves. Luckily, that one curled foul. Great effort by Austin.
I love the effort here by Austin Riley. Just laying it on the line here. And watch as he goes down. Look how quickly Rosario is up. Like, don't do that. Don't scare me. We need you healthy.
The danger here is you can jam a wrist. BJ, same thing, you know it in the outfield. Got to make sure that you're okay as a hitter, too.
Yeah, when he's sprawled out like that, that's when you hurt your ribs. So I'm just happy he got up with no grimace on his face.
Max still has plenty of velocity left as Frazier has struck out and lined out softly in an 0-for-2 game. Popped up. This one in play right at the mound. And Dansby in on the grass puts that away. And Fried's retired 13 in a row.
Paul, how'd you like it? Maximus going back, ready to catch that ball. That's when you know he's pumped up right there.
Look at the last 4 innings. Single digits in pitches in the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 4 so far with 1 out here in the 8th.
I don't think I've ever seen that this year out of a pitcher.
I haven't either.
No.
Here's Rivas, the catcher. Upstairs, ball 1. Well, we've said it before, and we'll continue to say it. This is still a young team, but it's turning rapidly, guys, into a veteran team.
Yes.
And there is a difference. As this one's on the ground, foul at third. The growth this team went through in the playoffs last year has, I think, served them really well through all the adversity. Remember, this was a team that was 7.5 games out of first place. And on a night when they needed a brilliant start and some early offense, they've gotten both.
You know, after the experience they had last year, getting that 1 game away from making it to the World Series, that's valuable experience going into this year's playoffs.
And so Max Fried, who was undefeated last year, started the season, had to go to the IL, took a little time off, has come back with a vengeance, winning 8 of his last 9. On the ground, Freddie Freeman, a backhand. Perfect feed from the Gold Glover. Another ground ball out. That's 13 of them. He's set down 14 straight.
I love it. In case you've never heard this, after pitcher Greg Maddux, a complete game shutout under 100 pitches, called a Maddux. He's got a chance for that. What's similar between Greg and Max? The ground balls. And in an era where they teach the high fastball, and that's great, I love it. Let's not forget about the ground ball and what it gives you, which is double plays, quick outs. Strikeouts are not that important. Hey, let's win the game and throw a few pitches and save our bullpen. And if you're that kind of pitcher that can get ground balls, then get those.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
As we said with this Braves defense, 8 combined errors between Riley, Albies, and Swanson in the last 70-ish games, why wouldn't you allow or go for weak contact rather than strikeouts? It has served him well tonight. As Grisham 0 for 2, he tapped back to the mound. Again, it's 8 combined errors for the second baseman, third baseman, and shortstop for the Braves since June 23rd. I don't know if there's another infield that can say that.
No.
Two-0 pitch. Off his foot.
Look how quick Max got off the mound. I mean, in the position every time, the A position. Even the ground ball just then, how fast he got to first base made it easy for Freddie Freeman to just lob it in there. Yeah. Sometimes pitchers get lazy deep in the game, but man, he is a ball of energy out there.
2 comebackers to the mound, and he just handled a 3-1 put out. As Grisham awaits a 2-1 pitch. It's lifted to left, curling out of play, foul. And now Fried a strike away from sending us to the 9th. This team all year has bent but not broken. Max Fried has been solid as steel, and he's going to get another ground ball out with a good throw. He's got it. 14 ground ball outs, 8 shutout innings, and he enjoys a 4-0 lead to the 9th. San Diego, but it's turned out to be a beautiful night. And when you're at Petco, you got to show the pets, right?
Wow.
It's our T-Mobile coverage cam.
Look at the cuties. They have a pet section out there. You gotta love that. That's why I love Petco. Right in the heart of the city. Oh man, it doesn't get any better than that.
It's great until you have to clean the AstroTurf. As Austin Adams is on, look at these reliever games pitched numbers. He's in the 60s. This is number 64 for him. Darno will greet him, and the first one is out of play. Strike one. Hope we'll have a happy Braves Live presented by Xfinity after Max Fried finishes off his masterpiece tonight. He's throwing a 3-hit shutout when the Braves needed it most. If this score holds, the Braves will be a game and a half in front of Philadelphia.
Oh, Darno's trying to go yah-yah right there. He is swinging for the downs.
BJ, you're not going to like this. Austin Adams set a new MLB record for the live ball era since 1920 for the most hit batsman in a single season with 24.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
And Darno expanded his strike zone and strikes out to start the 9th inning. 1 out, bases clear. A quick message now from Delta.
Reconnect with more. Delta, the official airline of the Atlanta Braves.
Good night for Dansby Swanson. A couple of great plays at shortstop and a huge 2-run homer in the second. That's number 27 for him.
Yeah, I would love to see Dansby get another hit here to continue to build that confidence at the plate. Big pick-me-up back in that second inning.
And with this guy's slider, you would think that right center approach might serve him well.
As a righty, when you go up there and you face the side armor, what's key? for you as a hitter?
Keep that front side closed.
Okay.
And really just try to drive the ball the other way, because those guys are so hard to pull. You know, so that has to be your approach. It's like that.
That is explosive, isn't it?
If you open up that front side, you got no chances of hitting that outside pitch. He stays closed. You know, you got a chance to drop it. You got to look that way.
Struck him out over the inside corner. 2 outs in the 9th inning. ACC action comes your way later today on Bally Sports South. Catch the Miami Hurricanes. They take on Central Connecticut at 12:30 Eastern Time. ACC football on Bally Sports South is presented by your local Ford dealer. No surprise that Max Fried's going to hit.
Oh, no doubt about it. This is the most disappointing part of his day. He hasn't gotten a hit yet.
Yeah. Pick it up, Max. So, guys, August 20 against the Baltimore Orioles, Max Fried, complete game shutout, 90 pitches thrown. The best the Braves have ever done. July 2nd, 1997, Greg Maddux, 84 pitches. And how about our buddy Tom Glavine? June 23rd, 1992, also 84 pitches.
Glav?
Yeah.
Wow.
Glav getting in there.
And Adams just struck out the side, but that's all right, Max. You can do the same thing in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Braves are 3 outs away from a 4-0 win. Safe to say the prodigal son has returned to San Diego with a vengeance. Max Fried's second start against the team that's drafted him. And tonight, sheer brilliance. 85 pitches through 8 shutout innings. And he's allowed just 3 hits to the Padres.
Little of this, little of that. The slider, the curve. It's got people reaching. Let's not forget about the defense that the Braves have played. They haven't needed a lot of D, but when they've done it, they've done it. A lot of ground balls. And as my partner would say, who is also an athlete, Max Fried has fielded his position really well.
He's gotten 14 ground ball outs. He's retired the last 15 Padres in order. As he heads to the 9th inning, he'll have Profar, a pinch hitter, and then Tatis, who has 2 of San Diego's 3 hits. It is Max Fried's night tonight. And if he can put another 0 up, he would be the 4th major league pitcher with multiple 9-inning shutouts this year. DeSclafani, Musgrove, and Zach Wheeler have already turned that trick.
They have to bring his family back for the Philly series. It's thrown well out in California.
Heredia is in center. Duvall's in right with the Braves up 4-0. So the outfield, Rosario, Heredia, Duvall, left to right. But all eyes on Max Fried trying to nail down a huge win for the Braves, who are up 4-0. And even the contact they're making, they're getting the top half of the baseball. I mean, they're just either hitting it on the ground of the Braves infield or they're fouling it off themselves at the plate. I can't remember more than a handful of balls that have been fouled straight back. That's how overpowering he has been. That's Eric Hosmer. He'll pinch hit. 2-2.
That's the first pitch I've seen him lose command on this whole game. He's been around the plate all night long.
Can he get 3 outs in 11 pitches?
Profar came on in the 5th inning. He grounded out in his first and only at bat in the 6th. The last Padre base runner was Tatis, who doubled in the 4th inning. And the Braves will see him once again here in the 9th inning. The 2-2 pitch. On the ground and foul. Nice play. Profar is still alive. One of the note from the calculus kid Wiley Ballard, our stats man upstairs, the last Brave with 2 or more 9-inning complete game shutouts in a single season. Any guesses?
Tim Hudson.
Nope. Good guess though. First the 2-2 pitch. On the ground and right to Riley. A one-hop bullet. There's out number 1. 16 up, 16 down, 15 ground ball outs.
Am I in the right era?
Yeah.
Jurgens.
Nope, he's right-hander. He pitched tonight in Philadelphia. As Riley, another good play.
Shelby Miller?
Shelby Miller.
Shelby Miller. Look at the defense by Austin Riley. We talk about how good of a season he had offensively, but we talk about this being the best infield in major leagues. He continues to get better every game.
So it is Hosmer in the 9th inning.
8 pitches, BJ. Come on, Hosmer. I need a ground out right here.
Whether it's 8 or 18, we want 2 more outs.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting
There's
greedy.
another ground ball. Ozzy's got it. Pegged to first. 17 up, 17 down. 16 ground outs for Fried.
Here's that man. Ooh. Tatis Jr.
He's had 2 of the 3 Padres hits.
This is the way to do it too. Max, I'm standing for you, big fella.
Braves fans chopping and chanting with 1 out to get. Strike 1.
I love the way he went at him on that first pitch.
He doesn't like it in there.
Didn't offer it that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now he's 1 strike away.
He's busted him inside. He can continue to do that or now throw that big curveball away that Tatis hit, but you have to get that ball down.
We'll take another ground ball here. Keep it down in the zone.
Fried nods yes. He's ready to go with his 1-2 pitch. On the ground, Riley's got it. Crow hop, fires high to first, and that's your ball game. A masterpiece from Max Fried. A complete game shutout, his 2nd of this season, and the Braves, Brian Jordan, needed that desperately. What a game for Max Fried, who's now 9-1 in the last 10 decisions.
We talked about it before the game, Chip, how efficient he had to be. He had to be that guy to save the bullpen tonight and give these Braves a chance to win the ball game. Walk them home. Maximus Fried getting it done.
So that is a huge 1-game swing for the Braves. They have a 1.5 game lead over the Phillies. Phillies will continue their series with the Pirates. The Braves have 2 more with the Padres. And yes, with the win, the Braves do shave their magic number for a 4th straight division title down to 8. Brian, this was poetry in motion for Atlanta in all aspects and a huge win.
It was, and a lot of momentum going into tomorrow night's game. The Braves understand the Phillies are on their heels. They got to get it done.
They rose to the occasion in Game 1 with a 4-0 shutout, and we'll break it down for you on Braves Live, presented by Xfinity next.